Hello everyone and welcome to Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. In this, our June 5th, 2023 show, we're going to be covering a range of topics, including My Adventures with Superman. The new animated series has a premiere date. We've got a trailer. We've got some exciting news. We're also going to be talking about the latest episode of Superman and Lois. We've also got some information about a Superman the Movie Web3 event. We've got so much to talk about tonight, and to let you know how you can get involved in tonight's show, let me introduce you to my co-host, Michael Bailey. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing okay. Not really, but no one wants to hear about that. Just a lot going on behind the scenes right now. Not like right behind me, because that's just a wall. But yeah. And for a tease for everybody, there will be a review later in the week for the premium Superman action figure.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to Beast Kingdom.
That they were kind enough to send me one. But yeah, that between that and the My Adventures with Superman thing dropping in Superman and Lois, it's been kind of quiet news wise. So, but we're going to get to all of that in a minute, and because Superman Homepage Live is live, we want to hear from the people that are watching us live right now on the various platforms that we send this out on. And to do that, all you have to do is go to supermanhomepage.com/live and press the call now button, because if we don't have too much going on, we'll take calls about midway through the show. If you don't want to use your computer, you can always use your smartphone, and to do that, you just scan that QR code right there. I don't know how you would do that if you're watching this on your phone already. I don't know how all that works, but I guess you would just go to a computer and then scan the QR code. If you do that, and even if you're just calling in from your computer, if you you really need a headset or something, because otherwise there's a weird crackle, especially if you're using your phone. So,
yeah, and we're on a delay, so you don't want to be hearing your voice coming through the speaker as you're talking to us on a different time frame. So it all gets a little tricky. Use headphones if you can. But if you're shy and you don't want to get on the phone or call on your computer tonight to talk to us, then feel free to post your comments, both on YouTube and on Facebook. We can see your comments, read your questions, and we will react to them as appropriate. Also, if you're on YouTube and you want to use a super chat, that's where we are able to feature your question or comment on the screen live as we go to air tonight. All you have to do is click the dollar symbol there on YouTube. A slider will appear. You decide on how much you want to donate, and we will feature your comment or question on the screen. There are also super stickers and super thanks if you want to give them a try. And thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, and Tina Murray. If you want to join those fine folks and support this show on our website, all you have to do is click the join button on YouTube, or you can go to patreon.com/Superman homepage. Well, Mike, we'll start with movie news, even though probably the big highlight of this week as far as news is concerned is the fact that we have a trailer and premiere date for the animated series My Adventures with Superman. We like to start with movie stuff, and well, the ongoing rumors and speculation about just who will be playing Superman in the upcoming movie Superman Legacy continues. And this week, the name of Pierson Fodé? I don't know how you pronounce his surname, but it's got a little tilde on the E. But there's the fella there. He's in the running, reportedly auditioned for the role. And from what Variety says, James Gunn was very happy with what he saw.
Yeah, I mean, you shave the beard. Well, I guess a beard isn't required for Superman anymore. I think Tyler Hoechlin set that precedent. I know nothing about who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, I assumed it was Fodé, but I'm sure that if he does get cast and it is officially announced, it's going to be some pronunciation that we just butchered.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got the jawline, got the hair. I mean,
blue eyes.
Just from that picture, I'd say at least physically he matches the part.
Yeah, and there are other photos out there where he looks a lot more like the character. But he is from The Bold and the Beautiful, is probably where he's best known. He has starred in a lot of other things as well. But he sent in an audition tape, which according to Variety, included a montage of footage showing his very Clark Kent-like childhood on a farm in the small town of Moses Lake Wash. I'm guessing that's maybe Washington? I don't know. Or is there a place?
Yeah, Washington State.
Yeah. So, yeah, he said that supposedly James Gunn liked what he saw, and he has appeared in Supergirl. He was Gregory Angus, or he was known as Angus, but Gregory Bauer was the name of the character in the 15th episode of Season 5, which was titled Reality Bites. So, no stranger to the world of Superman or Supergirl, having appeared in that series in one episode, I believe. But he's 31, so if they are looking to cast a younger, or a Superman at a younger age, even though he can play younger, I would assume that they would probably be looking for an actor more in their mid-20s that can continue on with future films that would maybe kind of cancel him out, but not necessarily.
Yeah, it just depends on how young he looks. In all honesty, I think having an actor that is too young, unless they're just insanely talented, there's a certain amount of gravitas that you need to bring.
Yes.
And for anyone who's like, Christopher Reeve was only 24 years old. Christopher Reeve was a mutant when it came to acting. No, I mean,
seasoned on stage, and yeah, you know,
he looked like he was in his 30s already. Not in a bad way. He just looked older than, you know, the 24, 26 he was when he played the character. So, you know, there's always a chance you can find an actor to do that, but maybe having one that looks younger but is a little older will bring something to the role.
Yep.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think Brandon Routh is a great example of that. He got better as an actor the more mature he became through his acting skills, you know, and maybe in Superman Returns he was a little bit raw and a little bit inexperienced, where when you see him again coming back into playing an older Superman in the crossover for the TV shows, he's just seemed to fit better into the role than he did when he was originally on screen.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like as bad as Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane, looking way too young for that role. But yeah, I agree completely.
All right, so we'll wait and see. There are still a lot of rumours and speculation going on around about who has auditioned or who hasn't tried out for Superman/Clark Kent for Superman Legacy, but we'll keep you abreast of all those types of details as they come to hand. All right, so The Flash, the movie that's out this month in theaters. There's been lots of screenings already taking place. We put this on our website and on last week's Speeding Bulletin, but Sasha Calle did a little bit of a featurette on playing Supergirl for The Flash, and this is a little bit of that. Here it is right now.
I think the thing that got me the most excited about being a part of The Flash was just playing a superhero.
Well, then maybe you will need this. You're Supergirl.
I remember graduating college and I did a vision board, and Gal Gadot is on there as Wonder Woman. And now I feel really blessed that I am playing Supergirl.
Do you know what this symbol stands for?
Means hope, right?
I wish I would have had a hero like the Supergirl that we've created when I was little. She is a badass.
So yeah, nice little featurette about Sasha Calle playing Supergirl. I liked that when I saw that appear online.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I'm sure she's going to be fantastic in the movie. Movie that seems less and less about Flash as we get closer to it.
Sasha Calle actually came out and spoke about Henry Cavill supposedly giving her his approval or approving of what she did on the screen as Supergirl. She said that she met up with him and asked him for, you know, what he thought. And here is a video of you know, and I think it got a little bit misconstrued as to what exactly she did say. So on a recent interview, she had this to say about that whole meeting.
Did you meet up with Henry Cavill too? And did he give you some advice on
No,
playing?
so I guess they like mixed this up yesterday. I don't know how it happened. I met him after the movie was done. I gave him a big hug. It was months after, and he had watched the film. And I have the deepest respect for Henry Cavill. He's an icon, obviously, or Superman. And I was like, did I do you well? Do you approve? Does Superman approve? Does the cuz approve? He's like, it's Superman approved. That meant the world to me. I'm a big superhero fan. I've watched Man of Steel multiple times. That was just a kind human, man. Like, he really was like, well done. And that meant the world to me,
So there you have it. The Sasha Calle saying that, Henry, just having Henry's approval, or Henry giving her the thumbs up in many respects, was something that she was really seeking for, and was grateful to receive that.
Yeah, no, it's really kind of sweet. I wonder how Henry got a chance to see the film. Maybe it was when he was in the whole like shooting his
cameo
or whatever
that got cut.
But yeah, but no, I mean, it's this thing. That whole thing blew up, and people accusing other people of lying about the article itself. And then people like accusing her of trying to steal Henry's light, which is kind of funny because one of them is actually in the film and the other isn't. Unless there's like a huge surprise. Again, once this thing hits theaters, all of the really cool moments are going to end up on TikTok, so I'll get to see those before it actually comes to Max. Dumb name. It really is.
I suppose we could still call it HBO's Max.
I wish they would, because like I said, HBO is a recognizable brand, and Max is a lovely name. I have a nephew named Max, and I just think it's a terrible name. Yeah.
So June 16th, the movie The Flash premieres in theaters, and there have been advanced screenings, and keep hearing some great things about it. But you'll have to go see it yourself to see about cameos and whatnot, and whether or not you like Sasha Calle as Supergirl. And from all accounts, it's doing really well as far as people's expectations are concerned. So yeah, June 16th, looking forward to it. Well, this one popped up.
Yep, absolutely.
Today, this one popped up in my email as a press release from Warner Brothers in conjunction with a partnership with Alluvio. They've announced a Superman the Movie Web3 Movie Experience. This trailer should explain it.
For the first time ever, Superman Web3 Movie Experience. Immerse yourself in a one-of-a-kind digital world. Journey to exciting locations, including the Fortress of Solitude and Lex Luthor's lair, where you'll discover new digital Easter eggs. Get closer using Superman's X-ray vision to uncover amazing content and an original illustration by one of 3 DC artists. Get access to specially curated galleries with Warner Brothers Archives costumes. Relive the epic movie in 4K Ultra HD. Then continue your journey with hours of bonus features and much more.
I've got you.
You've got me. Who's got you?
Superman Web3 Movie Experience. Collect all 3 premium editions. Available for only 24 hours. Dropping June 9th at 8 a.m. at web3.wb.com. Alluvio account registration required.
You look confused.
What? Buy all 3. It's only going to be available for 24 hours on Friday. That's weird.
Yeah, it's just it's an odd. I mean, I liked all the bonus stuff that you be able to do online, and iconic locations. You can check out different special features and galleries, and artist renderings and what have you. But I understand why it's only available for 24 hours. Yeah, it seems. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like the
because
whole
at first
online thing, but
I thought, is this like some kind of VR thing where you like put on like goggles and you're like immersed in the experience? What it looks like in a really weird way is back in the early 2000s, I bought this box set of the Nightmare on Elm Street films, and one of the discs was this. It was a game where you were going through like this abandoned insane asylum, and you went into different rooms and you clicked on different things and different videos popped up, like behind the scenes stuff,
okay.
and you had to collect these three things, and at the end of it you got to see an exclusive alternate ending, which was exciting in the early 2000s. I'm not quite sure, like you have to buy 3 versions of it, and like none of this makes sense.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. I'm not sure exactly how it works, or yeah, I guess they did a Lord of the Rings one, and then there's some other ones coming. I guess they just I think that maybe fans who are just rabid fans of this movie and Christopher Reeve's Superman will just go, oh, it's only available 24 hours, quick, get it, grab it kind of thing, and like panic to buy it. When you've already got it pretty much on Blu-ray, or you've got the things. I just, be interesting. I've emailed them to see if they're willing to give us access to kind of review it for fans. So if we do get that access, we'll hopefully give you a bit more clarity on exactly how it works and what it is.
Yeah, someone could. I'm
sure
just looking
Jim
for
Bowles
someone
will be
finally
up on it.
explaining what it is. So
Yes.
for the 24 hours it's available. That
Yeah.
we should do one of those videos where it's only available for 24 hours. That'll get some clicks to the site. Maybe we should do this.
Maybe we should.
I don't know.
So yeah, we can hopefully give you some more details. And the press release is up on our website if you want to read it in full and maybe decipher exactly what it all means. DJC Films with a Z or Z, and 50 Caliber Productions are getting ready to launch their Indiegogo campaign to help fund their upcoming new production of episodes 2 and 3 of the Memoirs Under the Yellow Sun. You might remember episode 1 was released last year, or I think it was last year or earlier this year. So they're trying to film episodes 2 and 3 to continue on the story of the untold story from the Max Fleischer universe. So the Memoirs from Under the Yellow Sun is something you want to help, then feel free to go ahead and do that. And turn off. Sorry. There's the graphic there. Indiegogo's fundraising campaign, Memoirs Under the Yellow Sun. If you're interested, visit their website to click the link.
Yep.
It was pretty good. I like the production value on the first one.
A Superman miniseries. That was interesting.
That's right, a Superman miniseries. All right, so that's the movie side of things. Let's jump into the big news of the week, and that was today. They released a trailer and official news about the double episode premiere. The first 2 episodes premiering on July 6th at midnight on Adult Swim. I'm guessing, Michael, you won't be staying up to midnight because you can barely stay up tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me tonight. I apologize. Usually I'm a lot more awake. I was off all day. Maybe I just wore myself out. No, we don't have Cartoon Network anymore, so I'll be watching this on the Max.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it will
the day
be
after.
That's
actually.
right. It will be available to stream next day on Max.
Yeah, my wife and I were watched the trailer today. She said she thought it looked good. She also agrees with me that the Lois Lane design looks like Luce, the Owl House series from Disney. So a lot of jokes were made with that in mind. But yeah, the trailer looked amazing.
Let's see if we can do a little mini kind of window here of the trailer. See how that works for us. There. Oh, there it was. The trailer for Superman, My Adventures with Superman. Interesting kind of coloring dynamic there. Some of the patterns just seem to be like they move with, they don't actually go with the character. It's almost like they're in the background and the character just kind of moves over the patterns of her like clothing and things like that. The different S, as Justin comments there. There are, different kind of Easter eggs, I guess, that with Superman catching Lois as she fell out of a building, or Clark actually. Does she know who he is straight off the bat? He's not wearing glasses there. The photo that she shows is a blurred one, but then they get a good one of Superman. So you kind of wonder how that whole dynamic of the secret identity is going to work. He doesn't really know who he is. He's trying to kind of figure out whether or not he can just act as a normal human within, the scope of his life. Yeah. It is going to be family friendly.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on the S symbol, but everything else looks good.
Yeah, and the voice cast sounds great. I don't mind the animation style. The costume's a little bit different. The whole belt and the red trunks are there. That's one thing. John in the comments, he posts a super chat. Is this new Superman animated series going to be family friendly? I believe it is. Just from the trailer there, it doesn't look like there is anything that will be excessive as far as kids being able to watch it. And as Mind the Gap says, it's only Adult Swim because of a change in Cartoon Network. It was supposed to be on Cartoon Network originally. I'm not sure about the midnight premiere. I mean, are people really going to stay up, for a midnight premiere? I mean, is that a thing that they do still? If it was New Year's Eve, maybe?
Yeah, that's really weird. It's almost like they're trying to kill it before it even gets on the air, which would have surprised me with the Cartoon Network, in all honesty.
Well, this has received a 2-season order already, so we know that it's not going to be killed off in that regard. It's already got 2 seasons. But as to what time it will then continue to air on Adult Swim on an ongoing basis, we don't know. Most people these days, including yourself, are no longer even worrying about cable TV. They're just doing the streaming thing. So you can watch it whenever you like. And I guess that really doesn't matter anymore what time it's on, because people just will, even if it is on a particular time, and if they're not able to watch it, they'll either stream it later on or record it if they're able to, or what have you, and then watch it in their own time frame.
Yeah, I kind of miss the days where you would have to rush to the bathroom during the commercials, and then have someone yelling in the other room, it's coming back on, as you kind of dash madly into there. And, if you missed it, you missed it, unless you taped it with your VCR, which, I'm old. I just... I think they're trying to drum up some it's series premiere at midnight, and that's cool, but it's going to be on the Max the next day. So, which I guess, in all honesty, is good for the show, because that gives people who have cable the ability to watch it if they have Cartoon Network in their package. And then those that do stream, of course, you have to get the Max as a service, but it's still kind of handy. You don't have to be there at midnight. You can watch it at your leisure.
Yeah. So we look forward to My Adventures with Superman, July 6th. It's a month away. We weren't sure when this was going to be premiering. We hadn't heard any details as to when it might be coming on. So now that we actually have a date and it's only a month away, that's great news. So looking forward to My Adventures with Superman when it premieres next month. I'm hoping that I've been looking ahead. I haven't seen anything announced here in Australia yet, but we do get a lot of the HBO stuff on our Foxtel service here, so I'll be looking forward to My Adventures with Superman being available here in Australia as well. And if you know of any other location in the world where you're hearing about it premiering or being available to stream, please let us know so we can promote it, so that people worldwide can enjoy this animated series along with our American and Canadian friends. All right, well, let's jump into a quick break, play some messages, then come back on the flip side to continue on with our TV talk and getting into Superman and Lois discussions We'll then get into comic books, this week in history, the fan favorite question, and so much more. We'll be back right after these messages. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
If you're enjoying Superman Homepage Live, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also join our YouTube membership program, just click the join button below. Or you can become a patron and support our website by going to patreon.com/Superman Homepage.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. No, it's SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. SupermanHomepage.com, covering the world of Superman from the 1930s to today. News, reviews, rumors, and reports. SupermanHomepage.com for all your Superman comics, TV shows, movies, cartoons, radio shows, and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Man of Steel and more. SupermanHomepage.com.
Thanks, Superman Homepage, for all the support over the years. I really appreciate it.
I'm Matt Balmer. I'm the voice of Superman and Superman Unbound, and this is the Superman Homepage.
Right here on Superman Homepage.
DC Comics. Incredible. Action. Astonishing. Adventure. The coolest heroes. The bravest heroines. And the most outrageous villains. Too tough for TV. In the universe. DC Comics. Read 'em and love 'em.
Read them and love them.
Yeah, it must have taken minutes to come up with that
tagline.
That thing, like they were getting ready to go to lunch. It's like, well, we need a tagline. Read them and love them. Sounds good.
Go with it. All right, as I mentioned before the break, we're going to talk about Superman and Lois now. The latest episode was titled Collision Course. It was the 10th episode of Season 3. You gave this one a 4 out of 5 rating, saying the only reason you docked it a point was because the various plots didn't flow in and out of each other as well as they have in the past few episodes.
Yeah, it wasn't... it seemed a little off, the pacing was. I mean, it's not like I disliked the episode, because as I also wrote in my review, a 4 episode of Superman and Lois is still better than some TV series best episodes. But no, I kind of liked the thing, the things they kind of weaved in and out of it. I guess I was right about this is how Kyle's going to find out the secret. Probably the laziest way Clark ever revealed. It's just like, you stay here and just taking off. I kind of dug that, though, that Kyle was just convinced that it was Jonathan. And if this was like, I'm going to do the comparison. If this was like Smallville or Lois and Clark, it would have been like several episodes of him trying to prove it, or, being suspicious but not saying anything. And here it's just all out in there. But that, when you only have 13 episodes, that's what you do.
It was an interesting parallel between when the what's her name's father at the diner tried to push Clark and had that whole, came up against a brick wall type of thing, and then Kyle tried to do the same thing here to get Clark out of the way, and he didn't budge. And so Kyle knew straight away that there was something amiss there. But yeah, I don't know if that was, I'm not sure. Like you said, it's a pretty lazy way of revealing it, but or of Clark, revealing it. But I don't know where they're going with this. I hate so many people knowing about the secret, and I don't know if Kyle's the most trustworthy person. Like, what reason would he have to keep it a secret moving forward. It's not like he grew up as Clark's best friend like Lana. It's not like he's beholden to the Kents in any great way that he has to keep this under his hat. And Clark's not the type of person that will threaten Kyle to say, if you tell anyone, I'll come find you, kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, it's again. I think hopefully this coming week we'll get the kind of the him confronting the people that already know and why didn't they tell him, that kind of thing. Because being honest and being open is like one of the, and how lies can tear relationships apart has been kind of a leitmotif of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be interesting to see that get played out a little further here.
Yeah, well, let's go through some of the questions that John Patrick Van Pelt is throwing our way. What kind of ring did Bruno Mannheim give his son Matteo in order to see his dying mother, and what powers does it hold? It wasn't a ring, it was a cufflink, and the cufflink acted as a needle, and within the cufflink was obviously whatever concoction he had created from the Bizarro experiment he was doing to be able to cure Pia of her ailments. And so what he did there was Matteo took off the cufflink and obviously jabbed his mother with it and gave her the dose. So that's what that was, and how it was used.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go.
I was just about to say that was like the part of the episode I'm like, well, this had to happen. But man, her powers look weird when they do the special effects. I don't know. It's such an odd looking ability.
The actress is like with her mouth. It is a bizarre look. It wouldn't have been very comfortable or attractive to do it, especially before the special effects are put in. She'd feel pretty silly doing it, I imagine, as an actor. But John asks, what was the football game Jonathan and Jordan were playing when Clark asked to hang out with them? I don't know. I'm not a video gamer. I don't know if it's an actual game or not. Yeah. I imagine it was probably some kind of NFL game that is available, or it was concocted by the creators to look like a game. I'm not sure. So if somebody else knows anything different, then please feel free to pipe up. Is Jordan jealous of seeing Sarah with another boy, and how did you think Clark going to react after saving people from the crash at the night with the deer? Jordan and Sarah's relationship is a uncomfortable one. Jordan's obviously still in love with her. She just wants to be friends. He can't do that. He's obviously struggling with just being friends with her because he struggles seeing her being close or being friendly with other guys. He's obviously it's an issue for him. But lucky he was looking after her, because when she and her friend got into that car accident with the deer, it was Jordan who saved them. And I guess as far as Clark's reaction is concerned, we saw how Clark, it's just like, what were you doing? How, you've got to be more careful, kind of thing. And, Jordan's, he had to do what he did. And he was hopefully that I think Jordan did the right thing by coming to his dad and saying, I think I stuffed up. I had to do it, but I'm worried they might have seen me. And Sarah covered for him, I guess, which was great. But how that's going to affect her friendship with the mayor's or the ex-mayor's son is something that will be tricky moving forward.
Yeah, Clark was fine with him saving them. He was more upset that Jordan was at a party drinking.
That's right.
So,
yeah. And Jordan does now have the costume to kind of hold a secret identity a little bit. I guess Clark's not too perturbed about that. Do you guys think the writer's strike will have... do you think the 2023 Writers Guild of America strike might be the reason why no one is saying anything about Max picking up Superman and Lois? We don't know that is an actual done deal. There is no reason why this writer's strike would have any impact on Max or HBO coming out and saying that they have done that. That would be an announcement that would be separate to what's going on with the writer's strike. That has no bearing. And if that happens, we'll get an announcement when they're ready. But I don't think they're connected in any way.
Yeah. No, I don't think they are either.
So Justin's saying, why doesn't Clark just tell everyone now? Just go to the Smallville convenience store and tell everybody about his secret identity. I understand your frustration, but it's an interesting dilemma that he'll have to deal with in, I guess, the next episode, which airs tomorrow night. It is titled Complications, and I'm going to try to do a similar thing here. Play the trailer while we're watching it below us. Here is the Superman and Lois trailer for season 11. Episode 11, season 3.
Mateo's gone. He made his choice.
Can't just turn my back on someone I love because they made a mistake. I thought we were friends.
So did I.
Lied to me.
I didn't have a choice.
She's gonna bring down the whole block. We need to stop her. I'm working on it.
New episode, Tuesday at 7 on CWAT.
So there you have it. 3 episodes left. Not long to go.
Yeah, I can't believe the season's almost over.
So this is Complications. Airs tomorrow night, Tuesday, June 6th at 8 p.m. on the CW. And looking forward to your review a couple of days later. But moving beyond that, Injustice is the title of the 12th episode of season 3. Which is interesting because Justin in the comments says in season 1, episode 1 of this series, the boys were playing Injustice, the video game, back in that early episode. But here is a episode of our own called Injustice. Lois and Clark clash with Jordan over his carelessness around using his powers in public, while Jonathan struggles with Kyle's change in behaviour at the firehouse. Meanwhile, Sarah grows frustrated with Lana after she accidentally makes things more complicated with Jordan. And finally, after 17 years behind bars, Lex Luthor is set to be released from prison.
Yeah, they announced at the beginning of the season that we're getting a Lex Luthor. But it's only in the last 2 episodes, and that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess it's well, it kind of bodes well for a 4th season if they're going to have Lex being released in the final 2 of this season. You would hope that they'll be able to cover
maybe he'll end up being the big. Yeah, maybe he'll be the big bad in season 4.
John asks, who was the woman that Lana was speaking to? So she was the
governor.
Governor, yeah, of the state. So obviously Lana is a small politician in her neck of the woods, and the governor is somebody she answers to and somebody she would be going to for trying to further her own career. So interesting. That was a whole interesting thing between Chrissy and Lana, and when Kyle walked in, the governor obviously put 2 and 2 together as far as Chrissy's relationship with Kyle and being the other woman. And it didn't look good for Lana when Sarah pulls up in the back of the police car.
Yeah, that was bad timing on that.
Yes, indeed. So that's the Superman and Lois section of tonight's discussion. Looking forward to these final episodes as we move forward towards the finale of season 3, and hopefully not a series finale. We just hope for a renewal announcement sometime soon. Just keeping our fingers crossed on that front. All right, let's jump into This Week in History, Mike.
Come with me now, my son, as we break through the bars of your earthly confinement, traveling through time and space.
Not a whole lot going on this week. We do go back to 1953 for our first one, which is Superboy, number 27, with Clark Kent Runaway. I love the idea of Clark Kent being a hobo. It's just kind of weird. Jumping ahead to 1963, we got a reprint book in Giant, Lois Lane Annual number 2, where Lois Lane apparently does a little cosplaying as both the Elongated Man and Batwoman, so that's kind of cool. 1973, we got Justice League of America number 107, which is another JLA JSA crossover. This is when the Quality characters, or the characters that were originally published by Quality Comics, were kind of integrated into the DC universe, and we were introduced to the Freedom Fighters and Earth X, which was originally supposed to be named Earth Swastika, but Julia Schwartz said, nah, that's not going to happen. We also had Superman number 267, The World Beneath the North Pole, and a new Private Life of Clark Kent story. In 1983, we get Superman number 387, which, if I'm correct, this Superman story crossed over into the Action Comics story of the same month and was a English translation of a Superman story that was originally written for the European market.
Oh, cool.
Which, if you've ever read this issue, it reads a little weirder, so that probably makes sense. Also, the annuals come back. Superman Annual number 9, where he's looking like he's fighting Robot Man with Batman, but that's not what's going on there. 1993, we not only get Action Comics number 689, which has a really cool cover of a dude in the Fortress of Solitude watching television. Notice that his hair is short, because covers were done far in advance of the actual issues. So somewhere between then this issue and when we actually see Superman come back, his hair grows quite substantially. We also had Superman Annual number 5, which was a Bloodlines crossover. And we crossed over with Myriad, who is the woman that Lex Luthor II killed at the end of Funeral for a Friend. That was an interesting bit of continuity. Bloodlines was terrible. Just an awful mini event for that connected through all the annuals that year. In 2003, Action Comics number 804, which has another really cool Dave Bullock cover. This again is, I believe, still continuing the resolution to the Zod storyline. And we had Justice League Adventures number 20, which tied into the animated series and has Superman right there on the cover. And finally, for comics, in 2013, Action Comics number 21, which was Andy Diggle's second and I think final issue, and it has actually a World of Krypton backup feature. And of course, we see more of that Man of Steel in theaters banner at the top that I hated so much when that was all going on. In the real world, only 2 things. On June 5th, Wayne Boring, classic Atomic and Silver Age Superman artist, was born in 1905. Worked very early. He was in there in the Golden Age too. I love his Superman. I really do. He would actually draw Superman. You're supposed to draw a character a certain number of heads high, as like take the size of their head, and that's how tall they are. He would do Superman a head taller than that just to make him look bigger than everybody else. And on June 10th, which is Saturday, it's the what we got? The 37th anniversary of John Byrne's Man of Steel coming out, which revamped Superman for a new generation, and thankfully they've never done that again. And that's This Week in History.
Excellent. There you go. This Week in History. Thank you very much, Michael. Yes, momentous occasion, 1986, that John Byrne revamp set us up for a fantastic era of Superman comic book reading for so much of the fans of our era. So, yeah, very cool, and thank you very much for doing that. Let's move into the fan favourite segment of our show. All right, what was our fan favourite question from last week?
What is your favorite Superman fridge magnet? And Ryan Ignatius Pratt wrote in, attached is a photo of some, though not all, of the Superman magnets that I have. My favorite is that by Jim Lee in the upper right-hand corner of the photo from the cover of Superman number 204. In regards to your question from last week, my favorite Superman restaurant toy was made by Jack in the Box, where you can change Clark into Superman in a phone booth. I have 2 of this particular toy, one opened and one unopened. Unfortunately, the open one is packed away with a bunch of other toys and figurines, and the unopened one is still strangely on my bookshelf. It is kind of weird. But I hesitate to open it even for this photo.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much. Regardless. All right, Luke Lazalde wrote in, and Luke said, if I can get my notes in order here, I have to be honest, I don't own any Superman magnets. Steve, you said there are a lot of different ones out there. So through some research, I did some research and I saw a couple on eBay I would like to own. The first is Christopher Reeve's Running as Clark Kent, resolving into Superman. The second is General Zod with the word Neil below him in the illustration style of Shepard Fairey. Thank you, Steve and Michael, for another week of Superman goodness. Thank you very much, Luke, and thank you for sending in those images. Hopefully you were successful in picking those ones up from eBay and adding them to your collection. And that's the two responses we received. I didn't take a photo of my fridge. I didn't get around to that. But,
neither did I.
But I have actually. I can maybe. I think this works. Let me try something just off the cuff here, folks. Be patient with me for a second. I'm going to try and use my iPhone here. Ooh, here we go. A little bit tricky. So there's some of the fridge
look at
magnets
those.
on a filing cabinet that I have. As I come back to and add Michael back to the right and put my headphones back in.
I was in the Phantom Zone.
There we go. How was that? That was a bit different.
That was cool. I felt like we were switching from like a Steadicam to a handheld. That was kind of cool. I thought you were going to start fighting and do a lot of jump cuts.
Yeah, no, so that was interesting. Able to take a quick virtual tour, as Nostalgic Podblast says. I've got heaps, as Justin says. That was a little quick look at the filing cabinet in my my office here in my room, where I've got all these magnets stored on. So yeah, there you go. So that worked. I was happy that was a little experiment. There you have it. That was the fan favorite question from last week. What is our new question for this week, Michael? I'm not sure. I don't think we've done this one before.
What is your favorite episode of Superman the Animated Series? That's going to be a good one. We'll probably get some good responses for that.
Yeah, the email address is there on the bottom of your screen right now, info@supermanhomepage.com. Let us know what your favorite episode of Superman the Animated Series is. We will read out your responses when we return to this segment next week. So get involved in the fan favorite question of our show. John Patrick Van Pelt saying, today is actually the day the Superman statue was unveiled 30 years ago. I'm guessing he means in Metropolis, Illinois. I didn't know that. That's cool. Oh, my mum is watching.
Yeah, I saw that pop up on Facebook today.
Hello to my mum, Anne, who is watching live at the moment. Unfortunately, she's quite crook at the moment, down with COVID. So we hope... love to you, Mum. Hope you're getting better soon.
Aww. It's very sweet.
There you go. All right, let's push on and move into the comic book.
My mom's name was Anne too, by the way.
Oh, really? There you go.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's actually not my mum's original name, but we won't get into that. We don't want to go into the family history, but let's have a look at the comic book side of the world of Superman. Let's have a look at this is what is available this week. If you're a Superman fan reading comic books, this is what you can look forward to. So we've got Adventures of Superman John Kent, number 4. That is available this week, the Super Sons Reunited. It is available in a number of different variant covers. A couple of covers there that you can also purchase, including a Pride cover, some interesting different designs. And then you've also got Dark Knights of Steel number 11 of 12. This one's been a couple of months delay. I think the 10th issue came out like 3 months ago. And it comes in a pretty cool variant Wonder Woman cover and another variant cover there as well. Then you've also got Steelworks number 1, the one that a lot of fans have been waiting for, the first issue of this new series, Steelworks. And it is available in a number of different variant covers as well, including two of Natalie. And then you've got a John Bogdanovi cover as well. And for fans of hardcover collections, History of the DC Universe hardcover is out this week as well. So if you're a fan of comic books and that's what you're reading, that's what you've got available this week. All three of those new comic books will be reviewed on our website, and those reviews will be published tomorrow morning. So thank you to Craig Beamer, who's been a co-host on this show a couple of times. He had to review all three of those books, so he did a great job, and they'll all be up on the website tomorrow. So well done to Craig. All right, on the merchandise side of the world of Superman, Build-A-Bear is celebrating Superman's 85th anniversary with a new gift set. This is what... I'll just turn off the graphic for the comic books. So we've got a Build-A-Bear Workshop Happy Hugs Teddy Superman gift set. So it includes the classic Happy Hugs teddy bear, ready to take to the skies, dressed in its Superman costume and black boots. Bring home epic Superman gifts to delight any superfan in your life. You can get that for $44.50 US, or if you already got a teddy that you like and you want to purchase the suit separately, you can purchase the Superman costume on its own for $16.50. You can also get the black boots. They don't have red rubber boots, but I guess you have to make do with what you've got.
I've joked about this before. God, whoever has to control the merchandising from DC Comics and how they keep changing the costume. Now, to be fair, it's been 5 years since they changed the costume back, so it's kind of weird that was the second Rebirth costume. But just we got the Build-A-Bear thing. What costume are they using? Well, they're using this one. That's not the current one. Who let that through? You were sick that day.
It is funny that these old... It's not the New 52 design, as Mind the Gap says. Nope. It is actually, as you say, the second costume from the Rebirth Superman era. So
the better costume from Rebirth.
Yeah. And it is a pretty good costume, and I can understand why they still use it. But yeah, as you said, they've gone back to the classic red trunks look. So Alex Cutler in the comments says that he would paint those boots red. Yeah, you can always try to do that.
I agree. I would probably do the same. And actually, what it looks like is that he's kind of cosplaying or just dressing up. So it's kind of cute that the boots are black.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the bottom of the costume. Let's just quickly bring up the graphic there again, if I can quickly get it. The bottom of the costume still has the tops of the red boots. So it is kind of cosplaying, as you say. So it's kind of
going
funny.
out my Frankenstein shoes to play Superman.
So there you have it. That's the Build-A-Bear 85th anniversary Superman Happy Hugs Teddy. All right, on the convention side of things, and it is a big week for Superman fans who are attending conventions, because obviously this Superman celebration in Metropolis, Illinois is taking place June 9th to June 11th in Metropolis, Illinois, obviously. Tyler Hoechlin, Jesse Rath, and Nicole Maines are the main stars, the celebrities attending. Jamal Igle will also be there, a comic book artist. And author Ed Gross, who was on this show a couple of weeks ago, will be there promoting his new book. So if you're in Metropolis this year and you're heading to the Superman celebration, enjoy it. Hope to have been there this year. Didn't work out, but I love the fact that it's on again and the fans all getting together, and I miss all those folks. And that's where you and I actually met up in person. Many
physically met.
Physically met up, yes.
Man, that was a
long time. Was it 2000?
That was 15 years ago.
Yeah. Crazy.
Jeez.
Also, if you're in Niagara Falls Comic Con in Ontario is on June 9th to June 11th. John Glover, what did I say? What are you laughing at?
If you happen to be in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, he just kind of
be in
the neighborhood.
Falls. And Clark's not here as usual.
Yeah. John Glover, Nolan North, and Ken Lashley will all be there across all 3 days. Michael Rosenbaum will be there on Saturday and Sunday. Charleston, South Carolina, Incredible Con is on from June 10th to June 11th. Gerard Christopher will be there, as will comic book artist and I believe she's Aussie, Amanda Connor, will be there across both days. Fan Expo Dallas is on from June 9th to June 11th as well. And there are a couple of comic book artists, including Joshua Williamson, or writers and creators. Joshua Williamson, Jay Lee will be there across all 3 days.
That's pretty cool. It's a busy weekend.
Nostalgic Pod Blast. Slowly I turn on. I'm guessing that's an Abbott and Costello reference. Niagara Falls. I get it.
And slowly I turn, step by step. I think he might be making a Frankenstein joke.
Yeah, they did do a Niagara Falls version of the Abbott and Costello thing. And they also did a Pokomoko thing of a similar... Look it up. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. Abbott and Costello. All right. The Superman Super Trivia Quiz has also been updated this month. And the 3 questions we're asking you this time around are: what type of dinosaur did Superman fight in the Fleischer animated shorts titled The Arctic Giant? In the Super Friends cartoons, what planet does Glick come from? And in the DC League of Super Pets animated movie, what type of animal is Lulu? If you think you know the answers to all 3 questions, head to supermanhomepage.com/trivia, submit your entry, and we will have the names listed of all people who guess all 3 questions right when we do a new Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz at the beginning of next month. But for now, that is all we have time for tonight's show. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to Superman Homepage Live for this past hour and has been with us. Yes, Nostalgic Podcast. I did get it. Thank you very much. I wasn't crazy. Thank you everyone for tuning in for this last hour with Michael and I. We appreciate you spending this time with us. Thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, and Tina Murray. And thank you to you, my co-host, Michael Bailey. Appreciate it, Mike.
Pleasure as always, Steve.
Don't forget, Michael and I will be back next week on Monday, June 12th for another edition of Superman Homepage Live at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Hope you'll join us then. Until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. I'm Steve Eunice on behalf of myself and Michael Bailey. Thanks for watching Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com. Good night.